Taliban fighters violently suppressed a women's protest Saturday in Kabul, while 70 miles to the north ex-Afghan army and militia members battled the Islamist group in Panjshir province as pockets of anti-Taliban resistance continued to flare up. Several of the women, who were demanding inclusion in the yet-to-be-named Taliban government, said they were beaten by Taliban fighters, some of the first concrete evidence of harsh treatment of women by the group. Since they swept to power last month, the Taliban leaders have been on a charm offensive seeking to convince the world, aid groups and their own population, that the harsh rule they imposed in their last stint in power, from 1996 to 2001, was a thing of the past. But there was little restraint in evidence at the Kabul protest. A 24-year-old participant said in a telephone interview that the Taliban tried to rout the gathering of about 100 women using tear gas, rifle butts and metal clubs or tools. She said she received 5 stitches to close a head wound after she was knocked unconscious with a blow from one of the metal objects. "When I tried to resist and continue the march, one of the armed Taliban pushed me and hit me with a sharp metal device," said the woman, who the Times is identifying only by her first name, Nargis, to guard against retribution. "They pushed everybody away and forced us to leave while chasing us with their spray, weapons and metal devices," said Nargis. The Taliban kept cursing, using abusive language. Video of the incident on Afghan news media outlets showed a bearded Taliban member, surrounded by gunmen, exhorting the women to disperse through a megaphone, which was then snatched from his hand by one of the women. On Friday night, the Taliban pushed further into the Panjshir Valley in an effort to crush resistance led by Ahmad Massoud, son of the legendary resistance commander Ahmad Shah Massoud, who held off the Taliban 25 years ago. An Italian aid group, Emergency, which operates a hospital in the valley, said on Twitter that the Taliban had reached the village of Annaba, inside Panjshir province. "The situation is difficult," he said. "We have been under invasion of the Taliban. We have held ground. We have resisted." It was not possible, from competing reports from the two sides, to get a precise assessment of their respective military positions. Analysts have said that the rebels' chief aim for the moment is to hold off the Taliban until late October, when mountain snows will preclude military operations, giving them 5 months or so to restock arms and perhaps gain outside help. Reports that the Panjshir Valley had fallen Friday night touched off bursts of celebratory Taliban gunfire in the capital, killing at least 2. The Taliban's spokesman, Zabihullah Mujahid, later criticized the gunfire and called on fighters to thank God instead. Mr. Mujahid is likely to be named information minister in a new Afghan government whose composition has been the subject of rumors for days. The naming of the new ruling structure was delayed yet again on Saturday, but it appeared increasingly likely that it would include only figures from the Taliban movement. That would contradict early suggestions that the group would reach outside its ranks in an effort to appear inclusive. The local branch of ISIS, Islamic State Khorasan, or ISIS-K, blamed for the deadly airport bombing in Kabul last month, continued to create problems for the Taliban. A senior official of a prominent Western aid agency in Kunduz reported a number of killings of Taliban members in the last week of August, apparently by ISIS-K members, and even the raising of an ISIS-K flag, later taken down. Pakistan, whose intelligence agency, Inter-Services Intelligence, or ISI, has provided funding and sanctuary to Taliban leadership for 2 decades, showed its hand Saturday. Both the Afghan and Pakistani news media reported that the head of the ISI, Lieutenant Gen. Faiz Hamid, flew into the Afghan capital for talks.